Hi Capricorn, this is Leah Fresh Astrology. We are looking at May 2018. So, it's an exciting month. There's a lot changing. It's a big month for the earth signs, for everybody, but certainly earth signs will be feeling this a lot. In a good way, I would think. It doesn't mean that life becomes perfect. Just I live this angelic heavenly life every single second of every day. That just never happens. But we can get closer to that. We can get a lot closer to that, and we can learn how to get back to that even after upsets or unexpected stuff happens. So the planet Uranus is referred to in astrology. It's referred to in many ways, but in one way it's called the change bringer planet. And it's moving from Aries into Taurus. Taurus is a fellow earth sign, and Capricorn, you are an earth sign. So Taurus and Capricorn work together well. When something moves into Taurus, it's going to be kind of pinging off of your sign, and whatever is there, whether you're a rising cap or a sun cap or a moon cap, Uranus is going to begin working with those elements in your chart in a usually harmonious way. So Uranus goes in 7-year cycles, and if you look back to the year 2011, that is when Uranus went into Aries. Look at all the stuff that was happening then. And look how far you've come. Look where you are now, after a lot of change, most likely. This is the same magnitude. So the same stuff isn't going to happen to you because that was then, this is now, different, that was Aries, this is Taurus, that was a different part of your chart, this is a new part of your chart. So the same stuff's not going to happen, but the magnitude of change is going to be the same. So you're meant to start changing in a new area, in a new way. So don't get scared that if anything traumatic was happening, then that will happen again. It will not. And if it does, if there are themes that resonate there, it's not the same, and you've come further, you've evolved. So think 7 years from now. You don't know the change is good, but just picture yourself standing there 7 years from now looking back. You're going to be saying wow, the same way you're saying wow now about all the change that's happened. That's the kind of magnitude, the bigness of the change. The other change is happening with Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer planet, or astronomers call Chiron different things. It's a planetoid, it's a small planet, it's an old comet, but it's out there in our solar system, and it has the iconic meaning of the wounded healer, and it's coming newly into Aries. So by the time we get to May, Chiron will be there in Aries, where it brings kind of this fresh opportunity for healing to certain areas of your life. Both planets are going to move forward and then backward and then forward again over the next year, allowing us time to catch up to all this change and healing. What movie is it? Let the Healing Begin. Good Will Hunting. Let the Healing Begin. Before we dive into all that healing and change, if you want to improve your relationship to money, which I know so many people do, if you want to improve your relationship to your bank account, to your creditors, to your landlord, and your personal sense of okayness and satisfaction with money and your financial health, in my company Tribe, we are offering a program called Sexy Smart Money Magnet. And it might be exactly what you need if you want help with your money situation and your relationship to money. If you need help identifying your blockages around money, your habits around money, if you want to dissolve any blockages and change any habits so that you can improve your financial situation and your emotional situation around money, sign up. And for those who sign up early, and I'm going to include the link below, meeting by April 15th, and I'm going to record this, even though it's a May forecast, I'm recording this in late March. If you do sign up by April 15th, you get the early bird discount. This is pre-release kind of price. And then the full pricing is still very, very good given all the content. We originally conceived of this as a 6-week program and quickly understood, unless somebody had nothing else to do at all with their time, 6 weeks was, I mean, this is far more than a 6 week program. Plus, once you have access to it, you get it for good. You have permanent access to this program and all the new material we'll be putting in over the years. So in this program, you get not just me working with you, but my 2 business partners. I will be wearing my coaching hat and coaching you to clarify your money relationship through a variety of exercises. And we'll use, examples. You'll watch me coach other people or listen to me coach other people. My business partner, Mimi, will coach you on practical ways to manage your money in a healthier way, in a more effective way. And my business partner, Carolyn, will guide you through visualizations and meditations to help you gain clarity and heal. So if you want help with money, this is the program for you. Our mission is to help you get the life you want. Often money is a part of that equation, and it eludes many people. We've all 3 of us have been there in a place where money was in chaos or in short supply. All 3 of us have worked through a variety of techniques to bring us to a place of financial strength. And we want to share that with people because we know what it's like. It's a very disempowering feeling to have problems with money or managing money or have emotional issues with money. It's a very empowering feeling to learn how to vibe better with money and to manage it better. So that's what we want to help you with. Anyway, let's move on to your forecasts. Capricorn. So Aries occupies the area of your home and family and your past. That's where Uranus has been. That's where Chiron is now entering. Uranus is now going into Taurus, which occupies the area in your chart that has to do with children, romance, and creativity, and fun, a general sense of fun. So also, these 2 areas, if you're wanting to have your own company or you have your own company, this represents that too. Both the 4th and 5th house together in slightly different ways can represent a business you get off the ground yourself, hopefully for the fun of it. That certainly can be this new 5th house component. When Uranus goes into Taurus, the idea is you're going to have a strong desire to have fun in your life. And a strong desire maybe for romance. Whether you're married or dating or not, you may develop a strong desire to explore the world of romance, no matter what your situation. And a strong desire for fun. That is going to be with you for 7 years. You may think, well, I've always wanted to have fun, but not in this intense way. And opportunities. Uranus comes in from the outside too. It's not just what you think you want and what you do, but it's sometimes stuff that comes in based on maybe a subconscious desire. So it's hard to explain that in short way, but opportunities can come in for romance, for creative projects, to have fun, to work your own business and grow your own business. So it's a very exciting time for you. Anything, I'd say, other than Pluto and Neptune. Pluto can just be confusing in your 5th house. It can bring in powerful romance. It can bring in powerful changes that can end up being good, but it can end up feeling kind of confusing in your 5th house. But so other than Pluto and Neptune and Saturn, I guess I would say, all the other stuff flowing in here can be really fun. I think Uranus is of that variety. So you are set up for 7 years of exploration, risk-taking, a healthy kind of risk. It is Taurus, after all. Taurus wants a little caution. Taurus wants some stability. So it's a certain kind, a tempered risk in all these areas. It's a great time to have teenagers and work with teenagers. It's a great time to help your teenager find, or your kids find, a way to support themselves. So you can help them on that journey during this time. Creatively, it's just a wild, it's all bets are off. Creatively, you could just go wild with this one and do something really fresh and new. So I think this is more likely to be fun for you, Capricorn. but up and a roller coaster kind of fun, like woo, and some fear maybe sometimes, especially in romance, and maybe with children, letting them go when they're reaching those years when they're growing older and you're kind of letting go a little bit. That can be scary too. But then like wildly exciting because maybe they do like really well and you just didn't know until you tried it. So Uranus is leaving the area of family, so all the ups and downs in your family, with your parents, with your housing situation, all the ups and downs around mortgage payments and real estate, all that stuff calms down significantly. So it's a much, if you've had the experience over the past 7 to 8 years of so much up and down and unpredictability in your home life and with your family, this can calm down considerably. Now, it's not to say nothing ever happens and it's just zen like all the time. You can just sit there meditating all day long because nothing ever happens. No. Your fourth house is still ruled by Aries, so stuff's happening. You don't want it to be too boring. That's sort of your preference, and it just never is for some reason. But things do lose that wild roller coaster ride feeling. Those huge peaks and valleys, they subside. So I think that is appealing probably to most Capricorns because you're an earth sign. And now Chiron's coming in. So any wounding in the family, any repair you need to make in relationships with parents, with people from the past, in your own, just the feeling in your home, any repair work you need to do within the family and in the home environment. It's time for that. You may do it by moving. Sometimes the place you've been just carries too many associations, and so there's this need to move. So some of you may heal through moving or changing. You decorate differently, or you redesign the house so it looks very different, or you add on. But in some way you're healing yourself through some relationship healing and through some spatial, your space. You find some ways to heal in that particular way. But one thing I want to point out that I may not have pointed out enough when I was working with earlier signs, to heal adequately, we have to feel adequately. We have to be willing to acknowledge. And keep in mind with Uranus, like if there have been like a lot of highs and lows and things happening within the family, different family members, living situations, if it's been too fast and furious, this is when we're kind of just trying to keep our head above water. So the last 7 years, it could have been feeling like in your family, your home, you're just trying to keep yourself together. You're just trying to keep your head above water, keep it all pulled together just enough. And it could have felt like that, like just working, like it's all I can do just to keep it all together. And that mentality doesn't allow for a lot of healing and time to feel, to just settle in and like catch your breath and feel what just happened to me. And it all could have been positive. Like you could have, I'm thinking of Capricorns, there could have been a lot of positivity here. It's just, even in positive change, when there's a lot of stuff going on, it's still stressful. And now that things can calm down, you can kind of settle in, now's the time to heal and feel, but you have to feel first. So you don't be surprised if some old stuff bubbles up and suddenly you're sad about something and suddenly you're feeling some stuff that has not come up yet or hasn't come up in a long time. When it does come up, know that the point is to finally feel it enough that you can put it to rest. Finally feel it enough that it can resolve in a better way. Even if you're angry, it may not just be sadness, it could be anger that you just need to feel. You don't need to do anything about it, you just have to feel it. You could do nothing but sit on a yoga mat in the middle of your floor and just allow yourself to feel these feelings for like 5 minutes and do nothing else. And there's so much healing involved in that It's phenomenal. So you don't have to do a lot, you just have to feel a lot. So don't be surprised if you become more emotional and feeling some stuff coming up from the past. It's normal with Chiron here, and the idea is ultimately become very healed in this area. You create a firmer foundation emotionally through all this healing you're going to do. But again, healing, sometimes when we're actively healing is when, like I'm thinking of, I've had 2 knee surgeries, and one thing that a lot of us who've had extensive knee surgery know is that in physical therapy, so it's after they've gone in with the knife and done cutting and a lot of stuff, the physical therapy can sometimes hurt, but it's supposed to hurt a little, and it's supposed to feel hard and challenging, but that's the way we strengthen. There's a little bit there with the Chiron transit. So you've got to face up to moving through some things that are more uncomfortable to get to a stronger place is kind of the way it feels. But anyway, lots, as you can tell, going on. Have a good May. Remember, overall, this Uranus thing's going to really harmonize with you. So it'll just be interesting to see what comes up. All right, take care.